Hey, hello everyone. This is OreoSpeedruns, your wonderful host here, and today I'm joined by gephicka and Strap Black. Say hi.
What's up?
Hello, mortals. No, I'm joking. What's up, guys?
And today we'll be going over some SS games from week 3 of UPL. So we've selected 4 games to cover in detail today, from week 3. And the first one that we'll be going over is aerobee versus lotiasite. And yeah, this is certainly a matchup of all time.
Exact mirror off lead is not what you want to see if you're either of these players, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Exact mirror of Ho-Oh, no less. And an ogre too. It could be
Yeah.
Specs or Calm Mind, so really dangerous for both
The game is
players.
definitely going to come down to the ogre for both players. Like, it really depends a lot on, like, what the ogre is able to get done here.
Mm-hmm. But
If I can speak, I'll go ahead.
now you go ahead.
I'm on aerobee team, aka Pure Hackmons. On our side, we have pretty standard team. We just have regular Eternatus, Rocks, Necrozma. I think it's 3 attacks or a defog of Alta. I'm not too sure. But we have a double dance Didon and uh, Scald Calm Rest Talk Ogre. And looking into the matchup, I'm thinking, yeah, we both have the same teams, but if his Kyogre is specs, it can be a bit threatening.
Mm-hmm. But it's also threatening if the Dawn is also double dance, because, never want to risk that with a team
Yeah.
like this. So, yeah. Pretty unfun matchup for both players. So, let's see how it rolls out. And, yeah, they just say, like, nice team and stuff.
Nice team, yep. Turn 1, Kyogre versus a Voltol.
I
Unlucky
think this is a pretty
Scald
bad
with.
trade,
Yeah,
turn
that's a.
one,
Yeah, I think
for
that's a. Yeah,
Ruby.
that does not seem like a good trade at all.
The
Though at.
Yveltal's just going to come in again on this, like, on the E-turn or something, and roost up.
Yeah.
Not the E-turn, the NDM. But
But at the same time, yeah.
yeah, and then, well, because the ogre
It's
was
just
forced to rest so
specs.
early, the other ogre got like a free turn for free, or like a really easy free turn that just took 71 off free turn.
I will
Mm.
say it's definitely a pretty smart use of rain to deny all of Kyogre's turns to water spout. Cause like if rain was up, Etern would be dead by now. But like since Ogre had to eat, since Ogre was in earlier, less drizzle turns, I guess. Though I still don't know for sure if this is exactly the trade you want if you're aerobee. Cause like.
Now the Ho is just gone. Like, you're already really behind because this ogre just kind of comes in and takes
Mm-hmm.
names whenever it like hits a field.
Yep.
And there's not really a whole lot you can do. It's just
Except just trying to win.
realistically,
There's not really
yeah,
much you can
realistically
do
it's just
except
sticky
trying to
blades.
win. Except trying to win first, which, well, yeah. Well,
Which is
that's
what aerobee can go for at the moment. We
Oh,
got a
nice sticky
Blazer,
blades miss
it
too.
sucks.
yeah. Yeah, that miss definitely sucked for Lotiasite, because, like, this, honestly, I think that would be over if not for that one miss. But, live by the blades, died by the blades, as they say. And
Yeah, now it's over. Straight
there's,
up.
yeah, there's really not much, Airbeat can do to pull it back after that. Because, like, he really doesn't have a way to break Lotiasite at this point. And
His one progress maker is done.
Yep. So, Pretty interesting. Even in a mirror, the matchup can be advantageous or disadvantageous depending on the sets. Like, it really shows that SS isn't necessarily just the Mons. You also have to really consider the sets when you're both building and actually playing. Because otherwise, you get scenarios like this where you just don't have any resources to check, say, specs over. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of bit of waffling around at this point, but like it's pretty much over.
Yeah, I don't really think there's any way for aerobee to come back from this.
I mean, what do you really do when you had to toss your ho-oh to a specs over spout and then you lose your one progress maker?
Good thing is at least he got the early burn on Eternatus, so like theoretically there is a world where like Kyogre cheeses out the E-turn.
Theoretically, but also it's really not getting past everything else. Plus, this turn is Dragon Tail anyway, so mm, probably not. Given that it's also lost its lefties. But yeah, a little bit of
Bye.
but yeah, a little bit of waffling around at this point, but it's over. Mm.
Yeah.
From here, the only way to theoretically win would be stall out rain and then dodge like 3 thunders as you see on to +6, and then don't get crit in all 16 thunders. But yeah, that's not happening
Mm-hmm.
because you have to get it last mon too, and then
Yeah, you'd have
like
to. You'd also
this
have
is
to
technically doable from here exactly because you can dodge thunders.
technically, but also practically versus the Specs Ogre. Anyways, it's just not happening.
Especially with lefties knocked.
I mean, low
Mm-hmm.
key, I would have CM there and just prayed.
But yeah, live by the blades, die by the blades. And well, it was
Yeah.
certainly a game. So we move on
Yeah.
into yet a, so we move on into the exact same mirror with PDT versus skimmythegod, and
Oh, another mirror. Practically the same things.
yep, same.
Same explanation as the last game. If
Mm-hmm.
depending on Kyogre or Groudon sets, they could prove to be threatening to either one's team. So yeah, let's
So
begin.
yeah.
Volta
Different leads
lead.
this time.
Turn lead.
So immediately,
Oh,
I think this opening sequence is a lot better. Like, not taking a knock with Ogre, I think is just a much better play to avoid potentially losing to Etern or stuff in the long run. Especially if the enemy is CM Restock.
That looked like a Specs Ogre the way you brought it in just now.
let's see.
Nope,
Nope.
definitely
It,
not.
That's
that's tough.
very not a Specs. Why would it be Specs if he's? I don't think it would be Specs if he's switching it in that confidently on. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Oh, this one's Specs.
by the
Um,
by the way,
yeah.
what's with people switching in Ho on Ogre these days?
I think it's probably not as useful as you think in this matchup, right? Like, it doesn't really do all that much. It's mostly just a sack later on, either at this point, Ogre or Dawn.
I
For
guess.
PDT, he doesn't need it as much because he has Kyogre for the opposing Ho-Oh. But if he loses E-turn, he kind of just loses the game, like on the spot. So, and
Okay.
like it does, if it is defensive, it does live a Scald. So you're not like guaranteed sacking it.
Okay. Okay. I see.
Yeah. They recover.
But yeah, that's a fair point. PDT does absolutely need to keep Eternent in pristine condition if he wants to win. Otherwise, Skimmy's over just like completely rolls over him. So
Yeah, like since you revealed offensive Kyogre, the goal now is just PET has to not lose for as long as possible to where Dawn can get into a winning position, which eventually can happen. But like if E-turn dies, you will just every other turn probably lose a month of specs over.
mhm.
But like even
PDT
just
can
playing
afford
down
to
five
do it.
six here, it's doable.
Yeah, because like you said, SC, you don't really need Ho as much in this matchup. It's kind of just like a sack. So yeah.
That
So
really ate that Thunder up. That might not be specs. That might just be an offensive item of some sort.
yeah, that's because it's not specs.
It's like
Oh,
probably
wow.
boots 3A or something.
Maybe
Could be Mist
Smith.
Water.
What? Yeah.
So it definitely bluffed specs really well, but like at the same time,
Now
PDT
that we know
called
it's not
it.
specs, it's like much less threatening now.
Yeah, because he turn eats it a lot more comfortably. Unless it's something stupid like Lum 3 attacks or something. But it's probably not if it's Water Spout.
Yeah.
So
Now
Toxic.
it's the long game, and I would say in
So
the long game, like the CM ogre is way favored now that it's not
yeah.
revealed to be like not specs.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially because unlike the aerobee game, this Kyogre still has its lefties. So
Early burn could be really devastating here for Skimmy. And that is exactly who you don't want to see on the Dragon Tail,
mm-hmm.
especially not with your Yveltal all knocked.
Good toxic
Oh,
from
that's a pretty
PDT.
heads up toxic.
Very
Yeah.
good toxic, but at the same time, Sun was up, so like I'm not gonna lie, this was bold as hell when I first saw it. Like, I get why he switched Groudon directly into Ho-Oh, but at the same time, it just seemed really baller.
Also, Steve.
Where's
And,
the SD?
Rock polish.
Oh no.
So this game could be over if. Oh,
Okay. Well,
if that was
it's
foul
not even
play,
foul play.
if that was foul
Yeah.
still has
play,
some
PDT
distance.
probably lost, I can't lie.
I think it would have lived from that range, but I could be wrong.
Maybe? But it definitely wouldn't have lived Sucker afterwards.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
no way.
Okay. Well, if PDT hits all his moves, he
It's
can.
Shu
Oh,
Ooh,
Oh,
Shuka.
Shuk
That's good tech.
see a
Shuga
Shuka.
Shuga Shuga Dustmane is crazy, but like at the same time, I feel like it might be too little too late. Unless Skimmy's Ogre does some really stupid shit, I don't see how PDT loses. Considering considering that Ogre cannot get knocked anymore, and its weather isn't going challenged.
Yeah, I think you just kind of misplayed around the Groudon there. Like,
Yeah.
you either go hard NDM, and then I think it's gonna be real toxic, and you did. But either way,
I don't think it
you
did.
either just go hard into NDM if you are toxic, or if not, you switch Groudon in already. Just stay in an attack.
He's most likely toxic, right? Since he's
Yeah,
Sunsteel. So
yeah.
yeah,
It's probably like Fizzed Up Sugar. So then you have to do like you have to commit to something. Like he
yeah,
switched the Dawn in, saw that it has deed, and then switched out,
yeah. He definitely
which let it get
misplayed.
the rock polish for free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now realistically, Ogre just kind of sits on the rest of his team.
Last mod, forget
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Since the E-turn is dead, like he just has to kind of position it to where Kyogre isn't in a Kyogre 1v1. Because obviously Thunder did like almost 60 last time. But that shouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
too hard. Like the E-turn will eventually just die.
Yeah.
And then Yveltal will clean from there, or Kyogre will clean from there.
Plus, like, you can
Especially because the
probably,
E-turn's burned already.
yeah, and honestly, you can kind of just throw NDM into it, NDM into Etern every single time, because it's like Draco, not Dynamax. So,
Yeah.
really bad.
Eventually, it'll just run out of Dracos really quickly.
Yeah.
It's already down to
So yeah.
5, so
So yeah, at this point, it's gonna be prolonged, but PDT's in a super winning position unless he throws.
I'm not sure there are that many ways to actually throw it, but it's certainly possible. It'll basically come down to just avoiding Kyogre being in front of the other Kyogre.
Mm-hmm.
Rocks Up will help a lot, though. I'm not
Kyogre
sure
in.
you wanted to give Kyogre momentum like that. Yeah, like that's a
Though this is
lot of
fine.
damage when you
Though
vote.
it's still fine, right? Because, like, you can really. I don't think Wygod is really needed for anything else.
It's not. It's just
Yeah. Because he turns
it
already.
exerts a lot of
Yeah.
you offensive pressure.
Yeah, he turns already
I think
knocked. Yeah. Nice to have, but, like, I don't think it's that necessary.
Yeah,
oh
PDT
knocked.
did kind of make a crazy play though, clicking Roost. Because I feel like
If he just clicks
there,
Opals, it might die.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, if it clicks Knock, obviously the Kyogre either dies or what like
Tossing an EM is
wouldn't win
actually.
from there.
Tossing an EM seems. Oh, it's Mystic
Oh,
Water.
that's very bulky. But yeah,
Yeah, but in any
oh, it's
case.
I don't like
Oh,
that. It's so slow.
I don't like that.
Wow.
I don't like that either, but, like. I guess Last Bon Ogre does kind of just win at this point, so, like.
It might not have if it was faster, because it would have done so much more damage and had
Oh, yeah,
like
probably.
double para chances. But I just think, like on principle, I assume PDTs is probably pretty fast too. Like you got to go a lot of speed if you're going Mystic Water, no Thunder Wave.
Uh huh. For
That
sure.
makes the softened NDM even ballsier. Like that must have been a like this is a weird speed tier for Ogre.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like.
Yeah. Either way, it's over from here. Like E-turn,
Yeah, Etern
just
is
can't do
not. Etern's absolutely not winning 1v1. Like, it's really just a matter of time until Etern loses, because it's already out of Dracos at this point and can't actually hit Ogre anymore, so. Yeah, pretty much Ogre at the point.
Yeah.
So, alright,
Entertaining game.
yeah.
We'll give it that.
Wild game, pretty drastically different from the aerobee one, despite completely the very similar matchup. And I definitely liked a lot more of PDT's plays. Like sacking Ho-Oh that sacking Ho-Oh to Ogre, that turn seemed really ballsy, but in retrospect it definitely was the way to go, considering the
I
matchup.
think the biggest thing was preserving the lefties on Ogre.
Oh
I
yeah,
think the thing that
definitely.
like really cooked the Orobi in the last game was getting the
Hmm.
lefties knocked like turn 1.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I do think that might have been more the icing on the cake than anything, but yeah, it was really bad, and lefties did definitely make more of an impact this game, especially with that ending sequence with the Ogre Mirror. So yeah. Alright, let's get away from mirrors for a bit, because next up is FC versus Ains. And FC, you were involved in this one. Do you want to tell us about what you were thinking in this matchup?
I saw he brought Zekrom, and that one's garbage. So I thought I had a good matchup. Uh, I don't
Especially
know.
with Pharaoh, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, your
it's
alley
like
looks pretty good.
when you have 5 out of 6 same. I feel like just whoever's sixth does like better into the other person's sixth usually wins the matchup. And Zekrom is garbage, so it loses to every sixth. And I had Ferrothorn,
Oh yeah.
but
Is it curse or ID here?
that is curse. I put Nocturne one, so it kind of
Oh
reverses that.
yeah. Oh
But
yeah, the turn
yeah,
one was the funniest shit imaginable. Cause like
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh shit, the
yeah.
Cause
Zach
So
like
still
it
thinks
is.
what?
It's very specs, and then I forgot it could live. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
I
sorry,
don't know
that's
the way.
actually really funny to me. That just like honestly I expected that to kill when I saw it not go into the Cali.
It's a 63% chance to kill. I got the absolute mineral, I think,
God
or like one
damn.
of the minerals. Yeah, it does 90. It does 94 to 111. So,
I see.
but it's like yeah, it's Ferrothorn, so it comes back like immediately
Oh yeah.
because like it has to be Rocks NDM on this because
Mhm.
Zekrom doesn't have it until SV. So it's like
Mhm.
I could just go into Pharaoh on that forever and just heal back up. And then I
Uh-huh.
go Kali because I'm like, I don't want to let Zekrom set up for free because my Pharaoh is not full. But like, it's not the scariest thing ever.
That's specs damage, right? Timid specs?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
figured.
I think
So,
his is pretty bulky too because 31 isn't that much.
mm, yeah, taking this pair is fine, right? Because you have Aroma Cali. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
figured the odds he gets to Aroma are very low, but like I can Aroma literally whenever I want. But
Yeah, because your
also,
Cali's full.
I even if I couldn't, I was fine because the poison on Ho is more impactful, uh, especially in a Ferrothorn matchup.
Oh yeah, for sure. And okay. So
Yeah, Cheese
T-Wave
and T-Razor are
NDM.
fine. Yeah, I would
Uh,
get a kill here though. Go get full paired. And he's meteor even I die. Because I was like,
Oh,
oh yeah,
Meteor
if he's defensive or whatever, I'll just kill it the next turn.
Meteor
But
Beam
that was a very good para.
Meteor Beam on this kind of team is crazy.
I mean, he has
I mean,
like Zekrom to
I
soft check Kyogre, so I guess he just wants to kill stuff, which like kind of fair, but
I
it did still
guess
feel a bit strange.
but at the same time, spoiler alert, it's Life Orb, so like not exactly really great at the whole ogre checking thing. In any case,
Yeah,
so I don't know. I just don't really like it.
yeah, like it does some damage here, but it doesn't kill NDM from like 80, and then it doesn't kill Spadef Ferrothorn from 60, and it just falls over and dies, which is like average Zekrom experience. Like, you got a kill, which is pretty impressive to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like low key from here, I don't know how I don't lose to Cali because it's like I go hollow there because I'm like if I go anything else I will insta lose, and I'm like I have to defog, but then like that does so much damage, and
I
then
mean,
keeping rocks off is hard.
you pretty much just have to keep Etern in pristine condition and just uh keep up keep up a lot of pressure with your own Cali, right?
Yeah,
Cause
this was a
like
crazy
it's
play by him because if I barrage, I won the game.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but then it gets to this point where it's like Ho can't keep rocks up anymore or can't keep rocks off. I either kill the NDM or I defog, and I have no in between. And if I spam defog too long, I will get flinched.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you did end up killing the NDM, which I definitely do like more, because, like, surely E-turn just wins at this point, no?
There's still a Kali and a Ho, which like can
I
tag team
mean,
Ethan fairly
yeah.
easily. Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it's like
yeah,
here,
but at the same time, it's no longer Specs, so...
if it's Psyshock here, it has like a pretty decent roll to kill. Uh, I actually don't know what the calc is. I just know I have like some amount above 0 of his death, and I don't know how much HP, but I think I could have lived it. But I just assumed he wasn't Psyshock based on how he played it.
Yeah. And, well, he wasn't.
Yeah. But here it's just E-turn versus the world. And like I think E-turn wins without major hacks regardless. But I
No,
think he
it's...
should have gone a Veltal. He should have gone a Veltal there. And then you turned into Ho to regen it and try to T-wave. Like,
Yeah.
I think because everything will be poisoned, without getting multiple paras, E-turn will beat them all.
Mm-hmm.
But with multiple paras, you have an actual chance. Uh,
Uh-huh.
but with this, you kind of just don't.
Yeah. He definitely could have
Because,
won if he made some slightly different plays, but at the same time, he also, well, yeah, he was actually kind of putting you in a kind of precarious position, especially with that whole bullshit with the Y God earlier. So, can't get too mad, I guess.
yeah, like I think I was very in a losing position, I think, once I got
Mhm.
parried. Because I was like in prime position to lose to the Cali that lived a knockoff too. But like it's not easy to capitalize because I killed his NDM because he has to keep rocks up. If he
This
doesn't keep
play
rocks
was
up, oh, we'll 6-0.
That play was gorgeous, by the way. The Dragon Tail, the completely unrevealed Dragon Tail into the Cali kill.
Yeah, I was just waiting for a turn where I figured he would U-turn.
Yeah,
Like
that
I think it
was
was unnecessary. I think it was unnecessary, kind of. Like I think if I just sit there forever, the Yveltal will die, and then the Cali has to die. But I was like, you know what? Let's just get this moving a little bit because I hadn't clicked it yet, so he didn't know I had it.
Oh yeah, for
Well, it
sure.
also guarantees that, like, rather than maybe not having the Yveltal go down and you be, it prevents the possibility of you being chipped with the Kali coming out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
like that's why this game could have ended 15 turns earlier, but I didn't attack the Yveltal because I didn't want to get sucker crit into barrage crit, which would have killed me. So
Yeah.
I recovered when I was at 95% health, and the Yveltal was at 20.
Uh,
But it worked out anyway.
I see. Okay. So last game for today, it's from a best of 3 series, just like this one. Um, we have Kate versus FF2. Um, and we have a Faramir. Uh, enough said. Yeah, Faramirs are notorious for being kind of cancerous unless you have like specific tools like something like Clefable, which is what Ice Master likes. But yeah.
At least there's
So,
no ogre on the other team, so that makes it a little healthier for the length of the game.
eh, somewhat. But we'll see how it goes. So, I don't know, I feel like Yveltal would have been a stronger might have been a stronger lead for FF2. Am I crazy for that? But like I don't know. I feel
No, I think that's fair.
like early knock just seems really good. This was a really
Yeah, but
baller of.
the thing is, Kate has a Cali and Fat Fighter doesn't. So
Okay, I was gonna say it
his
looked a
Fat Fighter's
lot
Yveltal
like
will have to
Specs.
switch.
That looked a
And
lot like Specs.
that is a Specs. It did
Yeah,
74
That's
to win a
yeah.
turn, and 42 off of 58 is crazy. Not gonna lie, this might actually be the one time in. Oh, 71 is still crazy, even if it's Specs.
Knock on
I
Pharaoh
mean-
is pretty bad too.
Eh.
If
I
you
mean-
if your body press is not as bad, because then you won't get chipped as hard by the opposing Ferrothorn. Which
Yeah.
I think being body press at all is kind of weird in this meta, just because Kali exists. But like
Which, as you mentioned,
it works
immediately
here.
comes in.
Yeah. Well, because once you reveal body press, it's like I don't think anyone in this universe has ever ran knock plus body press, and
No,
then
Is
spike
that
sleep.
like offensive Yvel
No.
and then Specs Cali?
No, it's
How
usually
much does it
like
do?
a.
Or is it
That.
just fast Yvel?
Oh, it
My
did.
head calcs are up.
Oh no, that's
That
a
took a
spec.
lot.
No, that's a Specs Cali for
Let's-
sure.
It's definitely Specs Cali. It's just I felt like that
It
Yvel
did-
sounds took a suspicious amount.
Yeah, definitely did more than like full specially defensive would take.
It's probably fast.
Just like this Ferrothorn.
Huge speed tie for real.
Yeah. If you're pressed, I don't know, run like 16 speed or something, and just kill the other Ferrothorn.
Yeah.
If you're not pressed, it literally doesn't matter because you'll just be sitting there for 20 turns anyway.
Bro, even FF2 said that he was hoping his speed creep paid off.
Is that Shrink speed creep?
Yep. This might be the one game in the history of SS Ubers where a Ferrothorn from low health doesn't recover ever. Which is wild to say.
Good
But
toxic. This Cali's gonna keep getting chipped down as it comes in, because you always have the Martian back that's just kind of lurking to.
Yeah. I did find this play a little weird. I feel like because you have Marsh, you can still just go with Veltal, because it's at full too. And then you get to
guess-
fire off a knockoff right after.
To be fair,
Oh.
like looking at his remaining mons, other than his own Yveltal, or other than Kate's own Yveltal, like the E-turn's not doing all that much. Like it's giving Groudon free turns, it's giving Duskmane free turns. Like other than
Any-
that, it's
It-
like not really doing much,
and
right?
I mean,
even when you even factoring in the Y God, it still just gets a U-turn off freely into Groudon, no?
Yeah, I mean after Toxic Yveltal, like there's not really a whole lot left for it to do.
Or hell, even NDM. Like I feel like the
If you
only
just
way
sack
for
it, then you can always chase out the Cali for free.
Mhm.
yeah. Like, oh, Fat Fighter kind of messes around here. Just dodges
Yeah.
3 stone edges anyway. Like,
Dodging three
I don't,
Stone Edge is crazy.
I don't think he lost if the stone edges hit him.
And he still
But
and he still dodges the Precipice Blades.
yeah,
It goes for a greedy spike too.
It's all
I
it's
mean,
like
at that point, Marsh kills it, so it's like it doesn't
yeah,
really matter.
okay, yeah. But yeah, at this point the only way Kate can possibly beat Marsh is if she keeps Wygod in pristine condition. But she also has no way to get past taunt Wygod, so like it's not really winnable for her.
It's an unfortunate crit.
Um,
Yeah, like I think the way through would have been if the Groudon hit its moves, and then like you try to sucker the Marsh with a Veltal, like when it doesn't expect it, if it has to like take a Blades or something as it bulks up, that kind of thing. But I feel like Fat Fighter probably just won this game no matter what.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also at the same time, there's really no reason to bulk up, so I don't know.
Well, it's like if the Dawn killed the Veltal the first time,
Oh
like then
yeah,
it kind of has to. But other than that, yeah, you probably don't have to bulk up. But then it's like if you do that and then, oh, you get sucker punch because you aren't like expecting it. Because I think that a Veltal was no defog on Kate's side.
no, it wasn't.
Yeah. What did it? Yeah, it revealed all 4 moves. So
Mhm.
it's like you might assume it's defog because there's no defog and then you get sniped. Like there was some chance, but I think Fat Fighter was kind of favored
Yeah.
for most of that.
Alrighty, so that wraps up this review, the SS review for this week. Thank you very much to our wonderful guests, Gephicka, Strap Black, and the wonderful Lexi. Y'all want to say bye?
Peace.
Shoutouts to Strap.
Peeps.
Shout out the
Yeah.
strap.
And we'll see you next week.
Ooh.